Hello and welcome to part 3 of Neva's 24-hour reading sprints, and also amazing readathon Friday night sprints. We're doing double work today. If you are watching the playback, let us know what you are reading, and if you are in the chat, let us know what you're going to be reading or doing tonight. I have less than an hour left of The Haunting of Ashburn House. Which is, I'm gonna have to go get my book, which I'm enjoying a lot. And then I'll be in Tokyo, and then after that, I don't know what I'm gonna
do. Is that part of the Haunting Hill House series? Is that like the same thing?
No, I think this one's a standalone. Okay. It's by Darcy Coates.
Okay, I don't know. I just sound familiar the title. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure like half of her books are the haunting of something or the something haunt. Like,
okay, yeah,
she does a lot of haunted house books.
Yeah, I've never read any of her books. Like I've never read that or watched the show, but the title
if you like horror, but like might be like turned off by like slashers, you might actually enjoy it, because it's almost like cozy horror.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, that she's like, that those books are like the cozy horror. Like those are like the staple for it.
Yes.
I've never read horror, so I don't know.
It probably would be a good place to start because it's very character driven.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So
I've heard a lot of people like the show, so I don't know.
I know. What are you doing tonight? Well, introduce yourself, because I don't think you've been on my channel before.
No. I am Tina Simeone. My channel name is just my name. And I started BookTube mid-July. Yeah. I mostly read cozy mysteries, and occasionally romance. I'm reading a cozy mystery today. I'm reading Cat About Town by Kate Conti, I think her last name is. Yeah.
Cozy mysteries always have the coolest titles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This title isn't as like fun. This book isn't as like super cozy as I was expecting it to be, but it is pretty, like, it's pretty good so far. Best titles, yes. Puns are like, they're always puns.
They are. They're so funny. That would be an interesting video idea of like tier ranking cozy mystery titles.
Yeah. That would be a really good idea. Mm-hmm.
I don't read cozy, like enough cozy. I've done like maybe read 5 in my whole life. But if you read a lot of them, then that might be a good idea.
Yeah, that is.
And you're doing Amazing Readathon, right?
Yes, I joined a little bit late. I joined on the 7th.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm a bit behind. I'm in. I think this is my book for Santorini, or like coastal setting.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
All right. Very nice. We still have like a week left. It's fine.
Yeah.
You got lots of time.
I'm hoping to read like almost a book a day after this, hopefully, to get caught up.
There you go.
But I guess we'll find out.
Very nice. Very nice. Welcome. We'll be starting The Lights of Prague tonight. Very nice. We'll be starting Misty of Chincoteague. I can't speak tonight. It's Friday. There's a reason I don't usually sprint at the end of the week. For Tokyo. Very nice. Reading Shadow in the Ember. Nice. Hello, Ro. We do have a Neva.
Hello.
You are alive.
I am here. I am alive. I might sleep during the first sprint.
I approve of this.
Yeah.
Because we're going to do an hour for the first sprint, just so everyone is aware, because I'm going to make dinner.
Mm-hmm.
What are you up to tonight?
I am...
For people that, we're not just on the other sprints.
Right. Hello, Tina. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great. Currently we're watching the rest of this episode of Gilmore Girls, which has 3 minutes left, so Ari can go to bed. And then I'm going to be finishing Under Her Care.
When are you going to move your bed in my room?
Tomorrow. Now go.
Mommy, please do not put bars, because then your bed is going to hit the bottom of my bed.
Okay, goodbye. Anyway, Okay. I have an hour and 47 minutes left of this, and then I'll be in wherever we're supposed to be going. Tokyo? Is that where we're going? Yeah. And I'm
Don't worry,
also
I've been doing that in my vlog all week.
working on this diamond painting because now I have a new hobby. Apparently, I ordered everything yesterday, and it got here this morning.
But are you the type of person who buys stuff for hobbies and then 2 weeks later does not do anything with it, or do you like follow through?
So it depends on the hobby. This one I'll follow through because
Okay.
truly the reason that I grabbed it is because Mariah's been doing diamond painting, and usually I play.
She's on the couch.
Okay.
Can I have my last honey bun with my?
No, you can have one or the other. So I usually play like Cross Stitch World on my iPad. And I was like, girl, this is not good for you to just be like staring at your iPad for hours a day. This is like way more relaxing.
Okay.
Except for when I dumped an entire container of diamonds all over my bed. That was not relaxing.
Not relaxing.
No, it doesn't seem relaxing.
Is it hurting your back? Because I feel like it would hurt my back.
Well, I have like 4 pillows behind me.
Okay.
So they're like up, like I have pillows like to my back. Like I
Okay.
can't lean back very far without hitting a pillow. Otherwise, yes, it would be hurting my back.
Right.
And I also have one of those like reading pillows with the arms on it over there that I'll grab probably later if I find that I need it. But I knew that I was going to probably take a nap in this sprint, so I didn't want to put it up here because I cannot sleep on that.
Fair
at all.
enough. Fair enough. Hello, reading A Cuban's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow for Tokyo. Very nice. Good morning. So sad I just heard about the amazing readathon. Oh, I'm so sorry, but we're gonna do it next year. It's gonna happen. Like everyone's already asking me about it, and I'm like, yes, but different. I'm not gonna do everything by myself this time.
Right.
We're gonna have one host in charge of detours and one host in charge of roadblocks.
I feel like I feel like you had to do it this way to figure out that that's how you need to do it next
Part
time.
of yes, and then also it was part of this, like, because everyone was like, all the hosts were asking, like, what can I do to help? What can I do to help? And like, my thing was that I had a fuzzy idea in my head, and it was easier for me to just execute what I had in my head than to like explain it to another person.
Yeah, but now you have
now that
it.
it's like happened, people can visualize it, and I can be like, can you do a detour for this city?
Right.
So your mic might be a little bit quiet, Tina.
Okay. I've been on other people's sprints before, and this has also been that. So maybe I'll move it closer. Try to talk louder.
There you go.
Is it better? Okay, hopefully.
There you go. Thank you. Hello, reading Hellbent for Tokyo. You know, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about like but I actually was when I was looking at my shelves to figure out what I was gonna read next. It is a place, right? But like I was thinking, I was like, well, what about Hang the Moon? Because the moon is a place.
Yeah.
But also I need something for next month that's a movement. And that like Hang would be a movement. And that is a harder prompt for me. So I was like, I'll wait till next month. It's fine. Hello. Yes, you're right. I'm behind and I've been doing it since the beginning. It's okay. And the thing is that like the points, I pulled the cumulative
Sit
points.
down. You can watch it until you're done eating.
And they're surprising. The cumulative points are surprising.
Yeah. Because I submitted like a couple books for Rome. Still, like before I started this book, I submitted like 3 books for Rome, even though I was behind. So I've been, even though like that's close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's some sneaky teams that like might just like steal the show. We don't know. Hello. You are also welcome to join us. You have the link. Hello, hope everyone is well. Yes, jumping over from
We'll see.
Hello, reading The Witches of Moonshine Manor. A long time no see. Leandra, you are also welcome to join if you would like to. We'll finish dishes on the first sprint before nausea sets in again. Oh no, I'm so sorry. The Cloisters for Tokyo. I think I have that one on my TBR. And that's a nice short one. Going to finish Into the Water and then move on to On the Fence for a sightseeing book. Oh, the other one that I was going to ask you about, Neva.
Yeah.
Did you read Shake Things Up? Is that what the one was? That was like the poly novella?
Yes.
Was that one good?
Yeah, it was less spicy than I was expecting it to be. But I
know her other one did it
in another like it's in that same because it's like a series of standalones, right?
Mhm.
And you were like, yeah, the one that I read that's in that series was also not spicy. Probably. And by like not spicy, I mean like there were technically like things on page, but they weren't like.
But the question is did you read it right after Priest? Because after that, nothing
No.
is spicy.
I read Shake Things Up. I think it was my first book of June.
Okay.
Because I read it during Pride Month. Because I wanted to know if they actually did if the author actually did poly rep correctly,
Okay.
or if they
Was the rep good?
It was
Dragon princesses.
okay. Watch this so you can go to bed, bro. The poly rep was really good. The only thing I warn people about is that there is a cheating trope in the very beginning. It's none of the main characters, but one of the main characters gets cheated on in the beginning, which is like the build up to like everything else.
I feel like the author did that in the other one too. So maybe this author just like really needs to go to therapy.
Like I don't feel like this is a spoiler because like it happens in the first 2 pages, but essentially like she gets fired from her job. She comes home. Her boyfriend is fooling around with some random girl on their couch. She kind of
That's a bad day.
she kind of freaks out. Yes, Ari, just watch it. Just watch it. Okay. I did do that. Anyway, she kind of like internally freaks out, and homegirl jumps up and is like, clearly you're not in a poly relationship because he like lied to her. Like so she definitely used like how straight guys tend to use polyamory, and they're like, yes, I'm poly, but really they're just like cheating.
Mm-hmm.
But then like the actual poly rep was
Got it. Okay. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I think I gave it like 4.5 stars or something. Like I gave it a pretty high rating.
Okay, cool.
It wasn't a 5 just because I didn't like the way that the conflict happened at the end, like the third act conflict.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, it was a good book.
Okay. I'm like craving a physical read, and I think that since it's only like 100 pages, I feel like that'll.
Oh, yeah, it goes quick.
Yeah, because tomorrow I'm definitely going to need an audiobook because I have a lot to do.
And there's bisexual rep on both sides. Like there's male bisexual representation and female.
Nice.
What book is this again?
Also, did you end up reading Fake Boyfriend Fiasco?
It's called Shake Things Up. So I ended up getting. Did I finish it?
Yeah. Tina, that one is called Shake Things Up by Sky Kylene.
Yeah, it's on Kindle Unlimited. I don't think I finished it because it's still sitting in my currently reading.
Gotcha.
I think I had started it after because you gave it to me and I started it. I got it from the library and I started it. And then I just bought it.
I bought the physical copy.
And
it will be here on Wednesday.
It didn't get done as a sightseeing book because I had wasted so much time reading You're Invited.
That's fair.
And then I was so disappointed in the You're Invited, like with how
you were just mad.
That I was like, I feel like reading literally nothing now.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's fair.
But I am going to finish it because it feels like a 6-star book to me.
It will be.
Like it feels.
It will be.
Like the man in this book.
Did you get to the socks yet?
No.
The sex box?
No.
She calls her sex box her box of sex toys her socks. Like you read Eve Brown, right?
I read, I think so. I read the Get a Life one.
Okay.
I think.
So the third one in that series has a scene with sex toys, but this one is way spicier.
Talia Hibbert, honestly, I've only read one book by her, like in totality, which was, what is it, Get a Life, Danny Brown.
You should read the rest of her backlist.
And I gave that one 4.5 stars.
That
and
is
I was
probably my least favorite book she's ever. Nah.
But I
one-
literally was like, she's an autobiography author for me, and then proceeded to not pick up anything else. Like, I don't. What is wrong with me?
Okay, well, we know what
really need
my
to-
my list of books for you is just gonna be Talia Hibbert.
It's gonna be Talia Hibbert, and what was the other one? You gave me another one.
I don't remember.
Oh,
Neon Gods.
yes. So it's gonna be Neon Gods, and
That's gonna be a very spicy vlog. Reading Across the Water. Nice. Hello. Yeah, no, that's gonna be a spicy vlog. I'm just gonna give you so much romance.
welcome to me reading Bree's favorite books, Spicy Romance Edition.
Okay, but have I ever steered you wrong?
Honestly, no. Like, Bree is the one. You are like the one friend that if you give me a recommendation, I'm like, I'm going to love this book.
At least if it's a romance. Like if it's a spicy
Yes.
book, it's gonna be at least 5 stars.
Because she was like, read Priest. I was like, okay, I devoured that book. And I was like, yes.
Yes, please.
I need to try Talia Hibbert. Like, I've
Oh,
never read one of
yes.
her books, but I feel like people love them so much. Like, it'd be really good.
She's a fantastic author. And she's a fabulous human being. Like she's such a sweetheart. I've never like met her in person, but I watch her like Instagram lives all the time.
Yeah.
Reading things we never got over. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna delegate next year.
You definitely need to,
I
because
will probably do all of the video prompts because I did like not having anybody know things.
yeah.
And also, like, it kind of fit with the Amazing Race theme because, like, the host guy, whatever his name is that I can't think of right now, would always like announce the city, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But the detours and stuff can be delegated. I'm also going to start a lot earlier than April.
Like planning. Yeah.
We're going to start planning it. I'm going to take September off. And like at least by November, we will start planning again.
Well, I mean, this is
Wow.
no readathon, but even like the 24-hour sprints, like as soon as they end, I'm planning the next one.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I need to know exactly when they're
Mhm.
happening. I need to know who is trying to be on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to do all of that
Oh
stuff.
my goodness, thank you. Aw, thank you. I'm so glad that you guys are loving the readathon. Thank you so much. Now I lost where I was in the comments. It's one of those things that I'm like, I'm ready for it to end, but also I'm kind of sad.
Right. I'm like, I've never had such a chaotic reading month, but also, does it have to end?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be very curious to see what happens like September 1st. Like, am I just gonna continue the motivation of reading? Because I planned out my September content today, and I was like, this is a lot of books that I need finished in like the first week of September.
Pajamas. I'll be there in a moment, yes.
Yeah. I've been taking a break, but I'm determined to finish
Fine.
The Last
Right.
Rose of Shanghai. I think it's gonna be 3 stars, and I just want to get it done. Bump that audiobook up.
Yeah.
Oh, the nice thing about the Darcy Coates audiobooks is the narrator is so slow, so you can go on 3 times speed. Hello. I had a great time playing Sun Haven and listening to my audiobook. Very nice.
Sounds good.
Yeah, finding accurate polygraph is rough.
Yeah,
I-
it's the only, like, in reverse harems to me don't count.
Yeah.
I know. Yes, go to bed. Go now. Go. Good night. Love you so much.
tomorrow sheet tonight? 'Cause you forgot
I'll
to
think
do
about
your
it. Good
homework
night.
last night.
It depends on if you go to bed. Good night. Okay, love you. Good night. No. Good night.
Yes,
I know technically, like, you could say that a reverse harem is polyamorous,
Mm.
I feel like it's not.
but I don't know. Like, the only reverse like the only book
Like it kind of might fall under the umbrella of it, but it's
someone. Okay, so
Not
Pucking
accurate.
Around.
uh-huh.
Pucking Around is a polyamorous hockey romance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was watching someone review Pucking Around after I read it, mind you. This is not before I read it. And they were like, yeah, it's a reverse harem, why choose?
That's
No.
literally the same thing.
Yeah.
Except that it's not a reverse harem, which a reverse harem and a why choose are the same thing. Which,
Yeah.
Which is why I was like, okay. But first of all, it's not a reverse harem.
It's kind of
Like-
funny
Like,
watching
technically, it's one woman and three men, yes.
Mhm.
But two of those men have a relationship throughout
Together,
the
yeah.
entire book, through about
Mm.
a third of the book, like most of the book. And the third guy ends up also doing things with the other two. Like, they end up doing things like as a true group. That's not a reverse harem.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
polyamory.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right. Yeah. I find it interesting sometimes when you watch clearly cis straight monogamous women trying to review these books, and like they're so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna confirm or deny, but like I would not bet on it.
I would not bet on it. Yeah, you can tell the people that review books like this that are not part of any kind of alternative community.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, this is literally polyamory.
right.
Yeah. Mm.
Or when they say that something that's polyamorous is they call it polygamy, and I'm like, that's no.
So not the same thing.
Yeah, no.
Polygamy, and like when people are like, so you're a polygamist, and I'm like, no, absolutely not. I could never.
Being from Utah and being able to spot people who are in polygamy, that's great.
Well, that okay. Have you ever seen that show on TLC called Seeking Sister Wife?
Yes.
All of those people, polygamists. Every last one of them, polygamists. Okay, do you see how miserable those women are? Do you know why they're so miserable? Because they have no agency at all. And they're just like, yes, husband, get another wife. There's one.
Well, why do you think there's so much drama over like the big Sister Wives show and how the two wives left this season? And it is maybe it's because I'm just in Utah, but like that is all over my TikTok right now.
It's not because you're in Utah, because I've literally been watching that show since it started. Thank you, mother. And
their original house, like the yellow one, is 5 minutes from my office.
Really?
I've driven past it more than once.
I haven't watched it in a while, but I was all over that side of TikTok, like about the two wives are like, maybe did more of them leave? Because I feel like most of them.
Well, Christine
definitely left, and like one of them is like on her way out the door.
Christine definitely left. She's like engaged to someone else now.
Yeah.
Because I actually like her, so I follow her on Instagram, even though she's like part of an MLM. No, that's not great. But like, I like to follow her journey and like the kids and stuff because like I like them.
Yeah.
But like Mary was really wishy-washy for me. Robin, can't stand her. Janelle's all right. But like Robin, you gotta go, bro. Who are you?
She's honestly like the whole problem.
She's favorite wife.
So thank you so much. Absolutely living the readathon. I want to start a channel. Oh my gosh, why is it crazy? Dogs are being crazy. Yes, you should definitely start a channel. I always
Yes.
will suggest that. Sorry, they're being loud. Yeah, it does look like a disposable razor.
Just swing my arms. No, it's because I got a couple of gems down incorrectly earlier, so I put the scraper, this scraper end, so that you can like scrape the gems off without messing up the glue. So I have this scraper end on one end and then the little like pen end on the other end. But it does kind of look like a razor, especially because I got like this fancy one with florals in it.
Yeah.
Getting used to seeing everyone's faces or names every day. That's okay, everybody. Battle-a-thon is next month. Like, there
So
will
is
still be
Ping-pong.
friends so much.
So is Ping-Pong-a-thon.
So,
So like,
it's Ping-pong-a-thon, yeah. And that's a lot of the same host. So
which oh my god, I did my throat today, bro. To anyone who watches this video, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to edit out Mr. Reading Winiva and his loud mouth because I was doing. I
honestly,
told
it's so
him.
funny.
I said this is Ping-Pong-a-thon. I said this is ping-pong. I said so we don't play this like regular beer pong, like it's based off that, but it's different. So I threw the ball and it hit and it went in, and I picked it up and I was like showing the camera and everything like that, and all you hear is, "What are you doing? You remove the cup," and I was like, "No, you don't. It's pick pong. Like you just switch out the freaking
Right.
prong."
Yeah.
And he was like, "That's not beer pong." And he's like,
No,
"No,
it's not.
as he goes
Yeah.
upstairs.
You know what you should do is clip in when he says, "That's not how you do it," and then you just clip in Crystal's video of her doing the instructions
I might do that.
with the like circus music.
And a clown emoji in the corner.
Just like, I mean, if you can't edit it out, lean into it. Yes, that's
This is
really-
also true,
Yeah.
which is why I'm really picky about my y'all about in I think I'm gonna do it in November. I've decided that I'm gonna do it in November because November is my birthday month, so I can do whatever I want. Y'all are going to be getting
What I
a
did this month.
y'all are going to be getting a reading vlog of me rereading 50 Shades of Grey. I have not read 50 Shades in like 10 years. I need everyone to know.
It's so
Mhm.
bad.
And explaining why that is not BDSM.
It's
We're going to explain
Sounds
it.
like a
bad.
great vlog.
And
honestly,
here's the thing.
you're not
I'm
gonna
gonna
be able to get
find that.
past the bad editing.
We probably won't. But we're also going to talk about consent and why this is not BDSM, and also why Twilight, there's no consent in Twilight either.
No.
Because this is
No.
clearly a ripoff of Twilight, okay? You're going to get a whole vlog. I don't
Are you
know.
gonna read Twilight and then 50 Shades?
I should.
Are you just gonna read? Are
You
you just gonna read
torture
the
yourself.
three? Or his
Oh no,
perspective
I'm
too?
going to read. So I own the entire series, including the ones from Christian Grey's point of view.
Oh God, I never read that.
Shoot me now.
I haven't read
But
any
I'm
of
gonna
them.
do it.
Mhm.
But I can't do the audios because the audiobooks are awful.
They're so bad. It
I
does
was-
read really fast though.
I listened to a sample of the audiobook the other day because I was like, maybe I could just do these in audio form and then like listen to them at work and then and then like kind of take notes and give my thoughts that way.
No,
I will just read them
His
with my
voice
eyes.
is so terrible.
It's fine. I will just.
You should never.
But I
do
just want everyone to know what I do for Bookstagram because my God.
I've never read them. I was planning on reading them maybe like around my 18th birthday, but then I was like, I have no interest. Why would I
Well,
do that?
There's
I-
so many better books.
I'm going to
Yeah.
read them again so you don't have to. Because it's going to be
Sounds good.
spoiler filled. Like, I'm going to tell you everything about the plot, the characters.
Sounds like a
the
great. That's gonna be a
terribleness.
great video.
I can't believe it got made into a movie.
And sold like technically got made into what 4 movies technically,
It got made into 4 movies and people
Yeah.
actually went and saw that shit.
right? In short, polyamory is the act of having intimate relationships with more than one person at the same time. A polyamorous person might have or might be open to having multiple romantic partners. Exactly. Polygamy involves being married. Well, and it's the so it's the other
Except-
like, correlation is that like in polyamory, everybody has agency, and so if you're in a like anyone be in a relationship with another person.
And there are plenty of people that in polyamory consider themselves having more than one husband or wife.
Right.
That's a thing that can happen. But in polyamory, there's only one partner that has multiple partners. And the
Right.
other
Partner
and it's always the man.
Right?
It's almost always the man. Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
people they've been doing the whole like brother husbands thing here in the last couple of years where like it's one woman that has multiple husbands.
Because
But
polygamy was came from the LDS church.
Yeah. But even
It's a
in
very
that,
patriarchal society.
yeah, and even in that context where it's like brother husbands, the men don't have other partners.
Right.
Yeah. Mm.
Your autonomy is gone in polygamy.
Exactly. Currently reading The Nanny. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just glad that everyone's had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. So much chaos.
It's been chaotic.
Yes,
But like honestly, feeds my soul.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just go in and like if someone has been like commenting theories, I'll just like go in and put the Loki emoji. Maybe. If not, I'm gonna screenshot it. Might use it next year. Yes, Jessica is also doing Summer Scares Readathon. That one starts on the 1st, so like we can just roll right in. Yeah. Battleathon people probably do not want me on my team because I'll be slowing down my reading with all the work I will have. That's okay. That's okay. Put off too much this month. Same. Fortunately, August is a good month for me though because it's like the middle of the fiscal quarter, so I don't have a ton of stuff going on. Yes.
Bro, the amount of people that I have lost over a freaking necklace, I swear to God. And the thing is most of the time, if it gets worn in videos, I don't even think about the fact that it's on because like I don't feel it when it's on. And then I will get messages. I always know that I've posted a video or a vlog clip where I'm wearing it because I will get a message from somebody that I don't know, that I've never seen on my channel a day in my life, that'll be like, unfortunately, you're just a little too inappropriate for me.
Okay, bye.
I never told you that I was reading the Bible on this channel. I do read the Bible. I'm just saying, like, I never said that this was like, I don't put no offense to anyone who does this because I follow a couple people that do this and that's fine, but I don't put like Bible verses at the beginning of my video and then talk about smut. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like this is a PG-13 channel. maybe more sometimes. Yeah, no, honestly the editing is it was the worst part about it. They used the same synonym in 2 back-to-back sentences. So it's like the same thing.
The writing and the editing is
and
really
that
bad.
just bugged me so
like you can
much.
tell that this was a Wattpad book before she got like traditionally published.
So much, yes.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Hello, 70% into Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. Don't know why I added a word in there. My first read by her. I hope you love it. That's a rough book. That's a hard book. So yes, roll over into the scares or to ping pong. I'm gonna try both. We'll see what happens. You could just do your prompts that are the summer scare prompts with the ping pong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to use the
I personally am not gonna do anything. But I will like be there for everyone's sprints. Like,
to be honest, I probably wouldn't have been doing anything for September either, except that I'm helping host ping pong.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
But October,
not doing.
Don't ask me to do nothing.
There, I feel like at this point in BookTube, there is a big readathon though every single month.
Yeah. There is, but and you have to kind of just decide if you're going to do them or not.
Yeah, like I'm casually participating in everything as long as it fits my content, because like I have to get back to my regularly scheduled content, and
Yeah.
like I have a big video project that I want to go out on Halloween that I'm gonna start.
I'm kind of the point where
Tuesday.
it's like, if you want a readathon, there's always one to find.
Mhm,
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
if you want to just read, then just read.
Yeah.
If you don't want to read, if you want to stare at the wall for a month, that's cool too.
Also,
I don't know what content
after
you're gonna
this.
make. If you're a YouTuber, I don't know what content you're gonna make with that. But Godspeed.
Yes, yeah, the editing was so bad. I have 4 readathons that I'm doing. Becca,
My God, Becca. You see, Becca is the overachiever, truly.
she's also so young.
Mhm.
I just feel like Becca. How old is Becca? Like
16?
Okay,
I
so younger than I thought, actually. Okay, so 16. I mean, did I
Do you
have a
remember
life?
when we had that much energy?
I don't remember it, but I'm sure it was a thing that happened.
I mean, Tina, I don't think I can do four massive readathons, help and host one. I don't think I can do that. And
Not
I'm
unless, like,
hopeful.
they all
I have
work
less work to
together.
do. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Neva, what are you diamond painting?
I'll show you. I'm diamond painting the Sandersons. Hold on, let me turn this off.
Also, I promise we will eventually sprint, but this is the part of the evening where we all.
Oh, I already warned them in the last sprint.
Yeah.
I was like, just so you know, as it goes on, it's just more and more chaotic. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm doing the Sanderson sisters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because I got this pack of 6 diamond paintings off of Amazon for $16. Are they great quality? Not really. I'll definitely, now that I've decided that this is a thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to buy my next ones off of Diamond Art Club, I think,
Nice.
because
Right.
they're
Mm.
cheaper-ish, but good-ish quality.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
I mean, I was looking for diamond paintings. Some of them are like $150. I don't have money like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No.
Fair.
But I can do some like Powerpuff Girls from
Yeah.
Diamond
Mhm.
Club.
And when you start craft, you're gonna start with like, when I started crocheting, I bought just like $10 pack of crochet hooks on Amazon every size. So like you gotta start cheaper, and then you can
Right.
put more effort into it.
Plus, I didn't really know if I was gonna like doing this,
Yeah.
so I was like, I'll just order like the bare minimum stuff off Amazon, and then if I like it, then I'll order more stuff probably off Etsy.
Mhm.
That's a good way to do it. After this month, I could totally watch The Wall for a month. It's a mood.
Well,
The amount of TV that I would like to watch next month.
Listen, I turned my I used a different email so I could get another free month of Scribd, because I was trying to find Under Her Care and I couldn't find it anywhere. Like,
Oh,
it was on-
no.
so I was like, I said, okay. I said, you know what? I'm gonna log into Scribd. If I search and it's on Scribd, I'll get Scribd again. It was on Scribd, so I was like, I guess I'm getting Scribd again.
There you go.
I was
There you
reading
go.
my Neva. I said, you want Scribd back on your phone? He was like, yeah. And then he was like, why are you using Scribd? And I was like, listen, man,
This one book.
I do not want to read with my eyes. Okay? Unless I'm reading the Addicted Calloway series, I don't care to read with my eyes right now.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Listen, I never remember how old my siblings are, so it's
just
fine.
to be fair, I second guess myself when someone asks how old I am.
Same.
Yeah.
Somebody will be like, you're 31, right? And I'm like,
That sounds right.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you say so.
Yeah. I still refer to myself as 16. I'm like, I'm 16. I'm like,
Right.
I'm not. No.
I feel like I hit
Years.
30 and then I was just like, yeah, I'm 30.
Yeah.
That was 4 years ago, Brie. Well, that's good. And that at least they all overlap. It was Loki Madness. For those of you that were around my channel 2 years ago when we did Avengers Readathon, that is the chaos that Avengers Readathon was, like, or this is, except that one was spread over the whole year. So
It was. I would just like everyone to know that I was a lurker on Bree's channel 2
were
years
you
ago.
really?
And I watched that shit go down, but I was too scared to participate.
That's
I was
in
a lurker on
2021, and like,
but it was on like I was probably on the channel that is now like planning Winiva, because like when I did this channel, I rebranded the other two channels because there's like a singing channel. Don't go watch it. And then there's a planning channel. Also, don't go watch that. That channel is so old. But the planning channel was the one that I was most active on, like as far as watching videos. So in 2020, when I found BookTube, you were a channel that I subscribed to. You didn't know who the fuck I was, but I watched the Avengers shit go down, and I was like,
I think the first time I remember interacting with you was, I think on like Cassidy's Sprints, and we were talking about the Alex E. Harrow book.
yeah.
Whatever that one was. And I was like, oh, you probably like, you had like said you wanted to read it. And I was like, oh, it's kind of like White Savior-y. And you're like, okay, never mind.
Oh, never. Because
I feel like that was the first interaction that I remember having with you.
which probably would have been 2022, because I don't think I really
You
started
didn't have a channel, because I even remember going to your, like, clicking on your name because I was like, oh, she's cool. I'm gonna like subscribe to her. Oh, you don't have because when I first started interacting with everybody at the beginning of 2022, I didn't have a channel. It was just like, it's the channel that is my channel now. Yeah.
But it didn't have anything. And so, but I was like, well, you might as well just talk to people. So I would just like say random shit in the comments. And then I was like, okay, people are going to think you're weird, bro. Stop. Like,
yeah.
And on Michelle's sprint, she was doing, when her and Lexi were doing like Wednesday sprints, I worked at Dunkin' after I moved to Indiana. And they were like, you should just do a channel. And I was like, y'all make me want to make a channel or whatever like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they're like, you should do it. And I was like, okay. And then somebody random in the comments, because the thing is, my channel started out as reading with Neva. Or Neva Reads. Neva Reads is what it was.
Yeah.
But then my dad decided to make an Instagram and made his David Reads. And I was like, absolutely not. No. So I like went into, I was on Michelle's or Lexi's sprints, and I was like, I need a new channel name. I'd only had it for like a month. I was like, I need a new channel name. My dad's is too close. Absolutely not. And somebody random in the comments was like, you can just do reading Winiva. But then it took all of us way too long to figure out like the play on words.
Yeah.
You know, and then I walked around my house for like 2 weeks just saying it over and over again because no one else in my house was getting it. And then one day Mr. Reading Winiva was like, oh, I get it. Reading Winiva.
When I started watching your channel, it took me forever to figure out. I was like, is it what I think it is? Like, is it mean what I think it means?
It definitely does. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
somebody else gave me the channel name, and then I couldn't even figure out what my own channel name meant. It's fine.
Well, I feel like your first couple of videos, you had to like explain your channel. And now you're just like, you're either gonna get it or you're not.
You're either gonna get it or you're not. And here's the thing: is the first couple of videos that I had to, like, I was so awkward. Like the angling was so bad because I had like this little tiny tripod that was like this big, so I had to like angle it up in order for you to see anything.
Yeah.
And so you're like seeing like the bottom of my chin. I was like, these are terrible videos. Like these are terrible videos, and people still watch them. And I was like, thank you so much for watching these horrible videos. Now I'm just like, hi, what you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get. Yes, you should definitely read it in September. It's fantastic. And then go read her other stuff, because her indie stuff is like, if you think the Brown Sisters are spicy, her indie stuff is so much spicier.
Whatever that book was that was like free last week, I have that now.
The Roommate Risk.
Yeah.
Yes, that one is really good.
Of course, she does these little cartoon covers with spicy.
I know, they look so
Yeah.
cute. They're not. Yes, Avengers Chaos, it was fun. That was a lot of in the group chat with the host. Hey, what if we did this? Watches everyone run to see if they can find Neva's dad's channel.
He doesn't have a channel, but he does have an Instagram.
There you go.
He actually has 2 Instagrams, I think, because I think his little podcast that he does that We're not going to talk about it. It's annoying to me. But his podcast is called True Crime and Authors.
Mm.
We're not going to talk about it because he don't actually talk about any true crime at all, bro.
Well, it took us 45 minutes, but we did make it to the end of the comments.
Fine. The chaos ensues, honestly.
It always ends up like because you like the first two groups are like productive because it's still like daytime for most people.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like
we start at noon.
right. And then we get to like, and because I'm usually like working up until mine, I don't get to participate a whole lot. And so then I come in and everyone is just chaos.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing.
So my sprints are not normally this chaotic.
Was it last? I think it was last month. We made it pretty far before it got like truly chaotic.
It was about halfway through mine that it started.
And then, but then Brittany had sprints. She did like the 4 a.m. stint, and by the time we got there, baby, it was done. It was over. Nobody knew what was happening. I was like falling asleep. I'll stay up, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna lay here. I'm gonna lay down. It was like that video of the little girl on the beach.
I'm gonna take a nap here.
Like that was me. Okay, that was.
Yep.
That's why I tell people.
So
that is why.
So I'm gonna put on an hour sprint so you can go take a nap.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna go make some pasta.
Pasta sounds delicious. We had pizza.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a lemon Alfredo like rigatoni pasta in my HelloFresh box, and that's what we're gonna make tonight because it just sounded really good.
That sounds bomb,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will see you all in an hour.
Now boarding flight AMZ 882 to Tokyo.
Welcome back. We got a Margaret. How did that one go?
Pretty good. I read 20%. I only have 40 minutes left, so
Nice.
that's in.
I only have 30 minutes left, so.
We'll be finishing in the next one, hopefully.
I think Maeve still sleeping.
You sound like me. I read nothing. I'm working on AHIP right now.
You have like 70% of your voice back left.
I do for most of the part, typically. And then I'll have a coughing attack. And I'll sound like this again.
Oh no.
It was so hard at work today because like yesterday it was like coughing and I would just constantly coughing like every 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Today it was like I'd be fine and then I just like would cough for 5 minutes.
Well, you're like, right, of course it like happens when you're on the phone.
That the last call I did today was really hard because like I had a coughing fit like right before I called her.
Oh no.
But she called me back or whatever it was, and she was expecting my call. And so I cleared it up as much as I could, but at the entire time I kept hitting her on mute because I'd have the phone here and going
Yeah, like trying to get your voice back.
because I couldn't like just talking would make like it would get to a point where just talking would make my throat annoyed.
Oh,
But I have a phone job, so I can't not talk.
right.
That's part of what I do.
You probably
I
drank so much water today.
so much water, not as much tea as I would have liked. I'm pretty sure my body is 80% cough drop juice at this point.
Right.
You know, instead of being 78% water. I thought about getting on Leandra's sprints, but I came home and I was like, if I'm on sprints for the next 7 hours, and I don't even know if I'm going to make it to midnight here, I may just crash.
Right.
If I'm on sprints starting as soon as I get home, I will have no voice tomorrow morning. And I'm running to
No, I did the same thing. Like I got home at like 4:30 and I was like, okay, well I have like an hour. I could definitely like jump on for the last sprint. And then I sat on the couch and then it was almost 6 o'clock.
we're getting closer to the point where I actually have to turn my character sheet in to my DM for the new game. So my brain has been like, okay, we need to think about all of the options.
You're like, but wait, what if I did this?
So I finally had to close my book and be like, okay, I have to do this, and when I do this, that gets done, then I can go do more of this.
Fair.
So,
you know, sometimes you do have to adult.
yeah, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Are you reading anything tonight?
Probably not. I really should finish Driftwood.
Mm-hmm.
I just like my brain doesn't want to read right now, and I'm just like,
that's fair.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of work to pay attention to anything.
That's fair. Maybe find like a middle grade. Is Driftwood a middle grade?
Middle grade is Driftwood is a novella. It's really interesting.
Okay. I'm just thinking like if you had like either a middle grade or even like a romance, because it's so formulaic that your brain like if it does check out for a minute, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. I looked up a few, and like number one, I'm trying to stick to fantasy this month, and I'm really excited about Driftwood. So like I was glad that it fit all of the parameters what I needed for Beijing. But I looked at a few middle grades too, but they were all like 9 hours, 7 hours. I was like, I could be done this in like 2.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So it may be something I knock out tomorrow morning, and then I go to my Tokyo book tomorrow in that afternoon.
Yeah. Nice.
But we need to get some cleaning done.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like. I'm gonna have to have. I'd love to read a novella tonight, but tomorrow I'm definitely gonna need a.
Yeah, I did come up with a really cool. I needed an audiobook because I need to clean my room because I came up with a really cool video series idea.
Ooh, we love that.
Where like it could potentially open with some little skits because it would be recommending books for D&D classes.
Oh, how fun!
So for me to kind of,
It would go very well, like with your channel brand, B,
yeah,
if and
my
when.
interests, and so like, and it's something that I could open up with like a skit or something, kind of to give people an idea of what's going on. So you wouldn't have to be someone who does Dungeons and Dragons to get.
Yeah, like you would know who a bard is, or what, like the general like type of what a bard is.
Yeah, because I can be like,
Even if you
listen, the
didn't-
fighter is the martial character. They do this, 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 and this. They have act, like the things that are really well known about the characters. Like just list that at the beginning of the video and be like, all right, these are the books that we're going with.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But it would require me to clean my room because I need to film in multiple locations because it would be a lot of me talking to myself because my other filming partner lives in Baltimore now.
It's closer.
It's closer, and at least it's the East Coast. But he's probably not coming down until Christmas. So, and I want to start this video series. No.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
I'll
then
be
you could
nice
pair
and do
it.
the Wiggles.
You could pair it like a recommendations and then like a reading like a bard. Or reading.
That would be really fun, especially since like part of why I was like, oh, part of what I could do, the theme is going to be is like, oh, well, I'm preparing to be my character and my character's a fighter.
Uh-huh.
So like the first one I'm going to do is fighter and warlock
Yeah.
because those are the two that I am deep down in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hello, Tina. It was very nice to meet you.
It's nice to be on camera with you too. I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, but that sounds like really interesting to like learn about it. Like it sounds like I hear you talk about it a lot. And I'm like,
Yeah, I do. I talk about it a lot, and then like my TBR game is based on it.
okay.
So it makes sense for my channel, and I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
You're thinking in some of the way that I'm thinking, Brianna. It's not a secret that I'm probably launching a Patreon, by the way.
Okay.
Brianna's in a comment like, you could do something fun with your Patreon.
I wasn't sure like how public that was.
So the reason the Patreon is starting is not public yet.
Right.
The fact that I'm starting one is.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
And that's just because like there are people that do watch my channel and I don't want them to know why I'm starting the Patreon until after I have handed in what I need to hand in for it.
But also like that's just kind of the trend of BookTube, especially like once you start building a community and having like fun extra things.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's hard. YouTube keeps going to be like, being like, hey, you have memberships now. Do you want them? And I'm like,
It does that for me too.
Yeah.
well, like
YouTube-
maybe at some point.
YouTube memberships, I have them there, but like just for anyone who like doesn't want to do Patreon, it's the same exact thing.
Mhm.
But YouTube takes way more than Patreon does. So
And it
that's
might be something like I would honestly rather people put money, like subscribe to the Patreon, and then if they have extra money, put that into the super things every now and then
Mhm.
versus memberships. Because it's one thing for me to maintain instead of two.
yeah.
Mhm.
But like
But yeah, no, YouTube's overhead cut is like way more and it's stupid. Finished my travel book for Tokyo. Have it logged in all of my spreadsheets. Officially hit the highest monthly page count this year, 6,350
Wow.
pages. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
I read 128 pages. I'm off to bed now. I'm sure that you're already asleep, but or you're already off. But good night. Mostly finished cleaning. Just have to mop. Nice. Way to be productive. I made dinner and then listened to my
ooh,
audio.
Jurassic Park.
Yes. I think
That
there's
is a-
actually more than one person reading Jurassic Park for this prompt.
That is a very interesting author to like learn about it all. One of my favorite podcasts did Behind the Bastards, did an entire thing about Michael Crichton. Like he did 2 episodes because he likes his books, but he's like the right-wing turn this man took at the end of his life going into the conspiracy theories
Yeah.
Oh.
compared to like so much of what is in his past books. He's one of those people that you're like, dude, you almost have it. And then you took a right turn.
You ran smack into the point and then kept going.
You saw the fork in the road. You saw the signs. You were like, yeah, that makes sense. but it's got to be this option.
Got ready for
I've
bed and
never-
read 20 pages. Nice. Halfway through a Cuban Girl's Guide to Teen Tomorrow. I
That's
cannot.
too many G's.
Huh?
I said that's too many G's right next to each other. Cuban
Maybe
Girls Guide.
I'm like, I can't. Maybe I just can't speak. I can't believe that ad got when I came in was the Wiggles.
Mm.
I have no say in what the ads are. Just
You
so-
actually do.
There
So
you
if you go into your AdSense, apparently there is a way that you can, like, it's not a foolproof way because the people who do the right wing grifty ads are like sneaky about it. But
Uh-huh.
apparently if you go to AdSense, AdSense will let you say like, hey, I don't want any of this on my channel or any ads like this on my channel. I don't want like political ads on my channel. I don't want this on my channel, that kind of thing.
Oh.
There is a YouTuber that I just followed. Her name is Council of Geeks. She's got the coolest intro because she started her channel when she still identified as a man, and now she's a woman. And so like her channel intro is so cool because it goes back and forth between the old one and the new one,
Oh,
and it's
cool.
like just like such a beautiful marriage of, from what I can tell, like who she presented herself as for years and who she is now.
Yeah.
But she did an entire YouTube video talking specifically about one topic, who is a YouTuber. And like, because he made a claim that like, hey, I can't do anything about these ads. And Council of Geeks was like, well, most people don't know this, so I'm going to clue everybody into this, but I just wanted one topic's name in the title because that'll get as many eyes on it as possible.
Right.
People usually ignore me. Which is what got him onto my feed because I've been following the Illuminati stuff. And he walks you, he talks about it, and he's got a video, or I'm so sorry, she's got a video on her channel somewhere where she's walking you through that process.
Oh, but it's an AdSense. It's not in YouTube.
Yeah, it's in AdSense. You have to go to your AdSense and figure that out. And I haven't found her
I
video. on
wonder
that yet.
though. I wonder if that will affect your CPM if
I
you
don't
try to do things. I did some bills and then read 20 pages. Nice. I mean, not nice on the bills, but at least it's done. That's page 226. Fantastic. Page 50 in the cloisters. So 1/6 of the way done.
Nice.
Doing a layout for Cross Stitch and Needlework magazine that I produce. That's so cool. 69% of Love Light Farms liking it, going to try to finish it during a walk. Are you listening to it on the audiobook? Because I really like the audiobook for this one. I think it was 2 narrators, if I remember correctly. I read a lot of Christmas romances last year. I'm only doing one on the one sprint. That's okay. Good night. We'll probably see you in the morning.
See you in the morning. With me.
Yes, Margaret, feel better. And 100% sprints are fun, but can be draining when on screen.
It honestly, like, being on screen is not the problem. It was like, I know I will want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. You have to pace yourself when you're getting your voice back. In case anyone is interested, Tangible Reads posted this today. Today, 8/25 is Stuff Your Earbuds Day. I heard about this. It's like Stuff Your Kindle, but I think there's only there's like 60 books on the list or something like that, and they are all romance. So,
Listen, I'm ready for some romance.
there you go.
Yeah.
Your next all of September is just going to be romance.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, it'll actually probably all be contemporary because I don't separate romance out by as a separate genre
Gotcha.
as of yet. Just because
You don't read enough of it.
I don't read enough of it, and I consider it's very similar to how I consider romance to be the main genre, and then you have subgenres. So you have fantasy romance, you have contemporary romance, you have historical romance, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So historical romance is going to go under historical fiction. If that makes
Gotcha.
sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
She does. Sarah, I do. Sarah's right. Hi, I miss you. Anyway, I probably my potential Tokyo book. I have to.
Margaret,
whether
did
or
you just
not
go to
I'm
spiel about D&D and then introduce yourself to Tina? Because that would be you.
Tina knows me. We're in a lot of discords. Just this is our first time being on camera together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I wanted to acknowledge that like I'm happy to finally be able to be on camera with you.
Yes.
That is funny.
I don't know where I was going, but like so far, none of the books I've read this month, like except for Little Thieves, have they had a good? Most of them have not had a good romance. My potential Tokyo book, yes, if I decide to use a skip on that book, but
It's fair.
This one, I haven't read any of the genre I normally read. I haven't read I've only read a couple cozy mysteries, and I've been mainly reading romance, which is not it's all been Nora Roberts, and
Okay.
every other book's been Nora Roberts. I love her so much, and I'm just like, am I gonna
You're like,
read
I
more
would
cozies? When am I
actually
gonna get
like
back to that?
cozy.
Yeah, and I'm reading one right now. I think my next book's gonna be one as well, but I also have a couple Nora Roberts books I want to get to as well.
Nice.
So we'll see.
nice.
Hello. Going to use these sprints to burn through the Dragon Ball manga. Nice. And a small chunk of Mistborn. I still need to read that. Seem to remember Bethany doing both. That's why. So Bethany and I were talking about it, and I guess there are some countries that don't use Patreon or don't
That
have
makes
access to
sense.
it. And then there's also some people that just don't like a separate platform
That
to
also makes
go
sense.
to. Whereas YouTube channel members, you get a notification, hey, there's a member exclusive video.
I may do a poll to see what people prefer
Yeah.
I've never
kind of
been
do
on
that.
Patreon before.
and
I don't know.
launch one of them first and maybe get the other. Because that does make sense to have people who are able to use Patreon and do that stuff.
Yeah. I will say that the user interface for Patreon is much better. It's just
I figured what I am kicking myself for, because when I was a little baby, early 20-somethings on Tumblr, I was on Tumblr right when Patreon changed their system. And if I don't remember the exact terms, but Patreon, it was a little bit more beneficial towards the creator. And this ends up putting more money in Patreon's pocket, obviously. But with it, and they were like, if you start before the change, they have said you will get grandfathered into, that'll get grandfathered, and so you'll keep that for the rest of your time.
It's just a smaller percentage that they take, that Patreon takes.
Yeah, and anyways, it was really funny because I was like, I don't have anything that I would use a Patreon for, so I don't need to worry about that. And now I'm like,
I made the Patreon. I just never launched it. I should have launched it.
So.
Yeah. Read 7,853 pages this month. That's fantastic.
I haven't even looked at how many I've read.
I think I must have broken 7,000 because before my last book, it was 6,969 pages. And I was like, well, I have to stop reading now. But then I finished another book. So
I don't normally count pages, but this week I'm doing 1,000-page challenge. And I'm like, I'm pretty close to getting to 1,000. I think I might be at 1,000 with the book I'm reading.
How long did it take you? Because I'm gonna try to do that next month.
I'm doing it a week. I'm trying to do it a week. So it started on I think Saturday, or I think maybe Saturday or Sunday. So I guess I've reached 1,000 with this book. I'm assuming, or I will reach 1,000 with this book. So
that's cool. Okay. I'm going to try to do it similar to how I did my 24-hour challenge, where it was how long does it take me to read for 24 hours?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to try to do a similar to that of how long does it take me to read 1,000 pages? Because I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, I don't.
When I'm not trying to do a readathon.
Yeah.
That truly would depend on where I am in life at the time.
Exactly. So I'm just going to so not next week. Starting on Labor Day, I'm filming a video for a week of how much time do I spend on my channel. That's gonna scare me. I have no idea.
It's a fun video to film, though.
I'm trying to figure out how to film it because I don't want it to be boring. I'm afraid that if I just come on, okay, I spent an hour doing this and an hour doing this. Is that going to be boring?
Mm.
Because I searched YouTube the other day, like not even just BookTube, but across YouTube. I could not find a video of like how much time do I spend on my channel. So I don't
We
have,
definitely have those out there if you follow different content creators. Like,
they may have just
specifically content-
recorded, like, I don't know, I need to like do some more like change
Because
the search.
I've seen a few, but they're typically like day in the life of a YouTuber vlog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. I saw something like that on TikTok
So-
today about a TikTokers or not YouTubers. one,
Yeah.
But not like a full YouTube video about it. I don't think
Yeah,
I've
I
ever seen
don't know.
it.
So that's muddling up in my brain. I have until Monday to figure it out. Not Labor Day.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't film it that week. I'm gonna be gone for 2 days. We'll see.
Awkward. I mean, one thing you could do is instead of film the B-roll that you would film for a vlog,
Uh-huh.
use that in a talking head video is one way you could do it.
Yeah. That's also a good idea.
So you have it's like you've got like you can be talking and like showing some of the stuff that you do as you're
And then kind of do a voiceover.
Yeah, yeah. Well, not necessarily. You just would like you're have for example, this is an easy example, like have when you're talking about you filming, have a point where you cut away to see your filming setup and how you film and like you getting ready for filming or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's like so it keeps it dynamic.
It goes back and forth from being talking head to
Talking head to being that. And so it keeps it dynamic and like we're getting your face and we're getting you talking to us, but you're also showing us.
that's a good idea.
Mhm.
That's a good idea. Because I'm afraid that if I would actually do, like, if I filmed every single day on how, like, what I was doing on my channel, it would get boring. Like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would because I'm, like, really nosy and I want to see how everybody does their filming setup.
Basically, my kind of when I never finished it because I know we were trying to do it last year or
Yeah.
earlier this year. I never ended up finishing it. But like my kind of thing was, what do I think would be helpful for me to talk about and for people to hear as I'm going through these different processes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I have the hiccups now and I want to throw myself off a roof. I hate the hiccups.
What?
I said I have the hiccups now and I want to throw myself off the roof. It's the worst. I hate the hiccups.
All
so
I
much.
heard was, and now I'm going to throw myself off the
I was
roof.
like,
And I was like, what?
what did you say?
Council of Geeks. Mostly found that channel through the Doctor Who videos. Nice. 52% of Witches of Moonshine Manor. Very nice. I think my next book is going to be The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England, aka who titled this? Pete Wentz.
I love that
Interesting
title.
title though.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love
It's
it.
beautiful.
I forgot about the bills. Shh, we don't talk about them.
Where are those?
If we stop talking about them, maybe they will go away. Okay, maybe there's only one audiobook or one narrator. Okay. I was confused for a second. Yes, I'm so glad. I just gotta hear in Margaret's title.
Honestly, hold on. I'm gonna change this because it should be IDEFK because I don't even fuck. That actually is from last night, I think.
I think it's been there for a couple days at this point.
It's from last night. And that's just how I feel right now. I'm like, we're just gonna do what I have energy for.
We are
Yeah.
surviving.
Yeah. When I run out of energy to do Medicare stuff, I'm just gonna crawl in bed.
Good plan.
Yeah.
Good plan. You're not late. We're going all, I mean, we personally are not going all night. But there will be sprints all night.
Like another 14 hours?
Yeah, it's a good narrator.
You're not late until the sprints are over.
Holy moly. 11,000 pages this month. That is fantastic.
Oh, that's what I was pulling shit up.
I have no idea how many pages I've read this month. But yeah. 8,357 pages, about 10 times what I usually read in a month. Wow. Well, if nothing else, this readathon has cleared our shelves a little bit. My highest number before this month was 6,850. Wow. I can see how much mine is.
I'm actually pulling that up on Bookly right now. I'm like, I wonder how much I have read this month.
I'm at 7,321, but that's not including Ashburn House because I don't put it into my thing until I finish the book. Also, my average rating is a 3.5, which is not bad recently. Because I've had.
Oh, wow. I've read 6,505 pages so far.
Wow, nice.
95 hours, 23 books.
Is that your most that you've read for the year? Or your biggest month?
Undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly, that is the most I have read in a year.
Not even to 3,000. Look, 3,000 is still good. That's a normal month for me.
I've got almost 100 hours of reading time logged this month.
Wow.
So,
yes, it's a huge amount of
oh
pages.
wait, that's off because that's July.
Well, we're gonna do it next year. We're gonna do it next year. In some form or fashion, it will be back.
We'll figure it out.
We will. I'm taking definitely September off, probably October because I'm going to be like full in spooky season. Plus, I'll be out of the country. But then November, that's gonna be when we start planning things. All right, we've made it to the end of the comments. So should we start another sprint?
Sounds good.
We're gonna go back to 45 minutes because I don't want to do an hour.
That sounds smart.
No, I don't have the energy for that.
I have to be in a very specific mood to want to do an hour.
I'm good with hours on daytime sprints, but not evening sprints.
Less chance of getting distracted or falling asleep.
Falling asleep or being like, an hour is the perfect amount of time to watch a TV episode.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have ads, most TV episodes only take 42 minutes.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Do with that information what you will. And that's only drama episodes. Comedy episodes you might be able to get to in.
This is true.
Yeah.
We will.
I have a feeling I'll be involved next year.
Really?
Jesus fucking Christ, Allison.
That's insane.
How much do you usually read in a month? Because I'm in awe.
That's like, is that like, what is that? Like
that
divided
can't
by 12.
Wait a minute, that can't be right.
Oh, sorry, it's 34,000 pages for the year. Okay.
Oh,
None of us can read.
You're like, you are superhuman.
There'd be 1,000 pages a day if it was in a month, or over 1,000.
You know what?
Over 1,000 pages.
Once I put in Ashburn House, I'm gonna cross 50,000, which was my year goal. I had to read a lot of Spiffbo books. and some of them, anyways, we're not gonna go there. Actually, no, because my Spiffbo books are not even rated. So that's not even including those. I just have read a lot of mediocre books this year.
Ouch.
There's been a lot of this was a book, and then there's been I probably could already fill up my worst books of the year list.
Whoa.
But I don't know that I could fill out my best books of the year list. I only have 23 5-star reads for the whole year.
That's not bad. That's more than I have.
But
I think
in terms of,
is, like,
I mean,
what
but I've read
everyone-
152 books.
Mhm.
I'm at 78 books,
Like,
and I can't.
Percentage there. You know what? You're not going to be struggling come December this year
Yeah.
because of August. You're going to like get to December and be like, normally I'm stressing to hit 100, but thanks to the amazing readathon. Between 2,000 and 4,000 is a typical month for me.
Mm.
Yep.
Thanks.
This year has been like the best reading, not like in quantity. It's been the best reading year.
Mhm.
Because I will definitely pass 200 this year. And that's mostly because audiobooks. Because I've read 30% of the book, no, 44% of the books were solely audio. And then 30% was a mixture, which means I was immersion reading it.
Yeah.
So it's a big chunk of. I've only read 21 books physically from cover to cover.
Yeah. This year I think is the best, like quantity and quality. I think like a third of what I read has been 5 stars. And I
Nice.
read like 130, so it'll be close. Like the max I've ever read is I think 141. So
Yeah.
I think I'll get over that. And so
Yeah.
I'm thinking higher than both.
I've read 8 5-stars so far this year. 3 of them were rereads.
Okay.
9 if we count the fact that I read Little Thieves twice.
How many of mine were rereads? I don't know. I know there's gotta be a chart for it because I have to.
Oh, my best books of the year is going to be struggling.
I don't think I've read very many rereads this year.
10. So I've
Oh, wait.
I've had 10 rereads. So, and likely those were all 5 stars.
Make that
That I only had.
9. I forgot I read Small Miracles.
Oh, I thought you meant I was like, that wasn't a reread unless you want to read it again.
No, I did consider it. I did consider it very hard the other night.
It's just so soft. Tina, have you read Small Miracles?
No, I never heard of it.
It's a self-published book, although I think it's getting a traditional deal. It's about a fallen angel who is going to pay off his gambling debts by getting this really good person to sin.
Huh.
And there's a lot of chocolate. And it's really cozy. And it's like not really fantasy. So like even if you don't read fantasy,
Yeah.
it's just
It's very much grounded in the real world.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's just
Sounds
so
good.
soft and so queer. Instead, like, so the angels can transition genders whenever. And so instead of like, you know, when you go to somewhere and someone else is wearing the same clothes as you, and that's like a faux pas.
Yeah.
When 2 angels show up together, they can't be the same gender, or that's a faux pas.
That's really interesting. This
Which-
is like, I'm not the biggest fan of like angels and like in books, like it sometimes give me anxiety, but that sounds very interesting.
It's
like,
just it's so cozy.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked a little bit about how it kind of like it's very interesting if you know anything about kind of first off Jewish tradition
Uh-huh.
and then
yeah.
also the early church
Mhm.
versus what we have now.
Right.
And like it almost like the way that kind of mirrored it.
Well, the way that
Yeah.
they had,
Mhm.
like the way that she wrote the religion in was so, like, that's the word for it.
It was really well done.
It was very well done, but it's very much like blank canvas of like, whatever you insert your religion here and this will work. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
whatever you believe, that's right.
Yeah, and I really liked how like it was inclusive. Like
Yeah.
it was like, okay, angels and demons, we are kind of like we work with Christians, but then like if you're this or you're that or you're that, like
We just
that's
call
gonna be
ourselves
different.
something else. Yeah.
Wait, that makes me like I really don't like reading books about religion. It like
Yeah.
gives me anxiety. But that seems like it would be like a good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it
it does.
wouldn't-
Like, it does not have a like
wouldn't
real
feel
world
too-
religious undertone to it. It's very
Okay.
much like whatever you believe. That's what it is.
Oh wait, that
don't know
sounds
if
That's
actually
the game.
really
That's
good.
the playbook we're working out of.
Mhm.
I don't know that I would necessarily say that because it is heavily tied to Christianity and the Christian idea of demons and angels.
Mhm.
But the way that the author handles it is really well done.
Right.
And like how they kind of acknowledge like this isn't the only faith, and like you get to hear about fun things like, oh well, like I don't remember what it was called, but it's like how different religions will meet, the different like they'll meet up, the celestial beings will meet up and be like, okay, we got to talk about this, or bro, you caused a plague in Asia. That's not your
Yeah.
there's not enough of you there. There's not enough of you there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's Small Miracles by Olivia
Mhm.
Atwater.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
it's
I was looking it up in
So
this
it-
branch.
it's got that framework, but it's really about every day and like living life. Almost. More than it is like
Really good.
there's that undertone, but that's the point of the book is actually not religious.
I have 2 books to reach my 100-book goal for the year.
Ooh.
Fantastic. That's amazing. Hello, Neva. How was your nap? Are you
When
gonna wait?
people finally left me alone, my nap was great. I had Ari in here, and then like I had just fallen asleep, and then Mr. Rita when Neva came in, he was like, "Oh, were you sleeping?" No, the lights are off, the door is closed, I'm under a blanket, and he was like, "I thought you."
Sir. Sir, do we need
Yeah,
to
I
have words?
He was
My
like,
parents do the same thing.
he
They'll
said,
knock on my door.
that's what I'm saying. He said to me, "I thought you had 24-hour sprints." I said, "I do," but the whole point of other people running the other
It's I get to
20
take a nap.
hours is that I can nap at some point. And he was like, "Oh, my bad." I wanted to see the freaking diamond painting. So then I had to sit up so you could see the diamond painting. And then I was like, "Are you good now? Can I go to sleep?" He was like, "Yep, bye."
My parents will knock on my door and be like, "Oh, I just wasn't sure if you were awake." And I was like, "If you knock on
Well, I
my
am
door,
now.
I'm not a heavy napper, and I have been trained to respond to you.
Right.
Right.
Like I can't undo that. That was 18 years of my life, and I still live here. So I'm not reading anything right now, okay? I'm reading Medicaid.
I'm reading Medicaid. Thomas reading with Neva. This isn't his first rodeo. He needs to get with the program.
Like,
I'm
bro,
sick.
either come snuggle or get out.
Here's the thing. Because here's the thing. God forbid. Okay, well, go fix it. Go.
Ari, aren't you supposed to be asleep?
I swear. Oh no, that is holy. Pick them up. Put them on like shorts, man.
Also, Small Miracles is a host favorite. So if you're
It's very good. It's very fast. I finished it in almost a day.
would you say that it would work for the next prompt?
There you go.
Tokyo or
No.
The one that's coming.
No,
No.
it's like it's contemporary fantasy, but like that's not.
And
as
there's not
done
enough of a romance.
as- Yeah, there's not like the romance is there, but it's not. It's a B plot again, so it's not like by your definitions. If you take the romance out, you still have kind of the same story.
That's fair. Listen, I that was like one of the very first books that I read in the year, and I will reread it before December to see where it will fit on my top books of the year, because I still think about that book, but I don't know necessarily like all of the details anymore. So I will.
Oh, what I was going to say is he knows how naps work. Because God forbid if we ruin his nap.
Of course. Of course. Hello,
Hey,
Cassidy.
Catherine,
All right.
what is going on here? Stop it.
Oh, did Gene want to see this diamond painting? There's not a lot done, y'all. It's just like the top part. Hold
I don't
on.
know if you can hear that, but my dog is snoring so loud.
We cannot hear it.
My
Can
cat
you
was just-
see what's done on the
Go
camera?
ahead.
I don't know if you can. It's
No.
only from like here and then like across.
Okay.
So, like there's a little tiny bit that's done like at this corner of here.
Nice.
But I don't feel like you can. Maybe you can see it when I do that.
You can kind of see the reflection of him. Yeah.
These are not good quality gems, people. I got well, because I just wanted to try it, so I just bought like a 6-pack off of diamond paintings off of Amazon. $16. Like they're not the best quality. I don't know my damn.
Literally, as soon as you typed this, he stopped doing it. I was about to like take my mic and like put it down here, and then he stopped snoring.
Of course.
Way to go. All right. Well, we're gonna do another sprint. So, all right. Well, we will see you back in 45 minutes.
Now boarding flight AMZ 882 to Tokyo.
Hello, welcome back. I finished my book. I'm giving it 4 stars. It's low 4-star, but it's a 4-star. But now I have to figure out what I want to read next. We'll see what happens. How did that spring go for y'all?
I just finished my book as well. Cat About Town. Like, I was listening to it. Well, that's why I was subbing it, because I was listening to the last couple seconds.
Fair.
It was 3.5 stars. I feel like it wasn't as good as I was hoping it was gonna be.
Uh-huh.
But I'll probably continue, because at the end of the book, she's like, I'm gonna open a cafe in this house, and I'm like, I'll see what happens.
There you go. Not every book is a winner. Margaret, are you still alive?
I am, but I did start to crash at that last sprint, so I'm gonna go to bed. But I didn't get much done. I truly got on YouTube and was like, I'm so tired. I'm just gonna scroll YouTube.
Fair. Fair.
In theory, this means I will actually fall asleep instead
Right.
of staying up all night coughing.
Do
Hasn't happened yet since last Sunday.
I was gonna say, do you take NyQuil?
So here's the problem. I'm taking Mucinex DM,
Gotcha.
which is like the big, heavy-duty, it's one of the few medications that I have ever had a doctor or pharmacist say, do not get the generic, get the original.
Yeah.
And it's a 12-hour pill. So I've been taking Dayquil, but both Dayquil and NyQuil have the dextromorphin in it, which is the cough suppressant.
Yeah.
And you don't want to OD on that. And then also I was like, oh, well, NyQuil's key ingredient for the sleeping part is an antihistamine, and those don't do shit for me.
Oh.
I've been popping Benadryl like they were candy since I was a small child.
Right.
So I highly do not recommend, this is a direction of the doctor. Because for me, at least, when I was a kid, Claritin and stuff like that just didn't work.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my prednisone. I'll go do that in a minute. But, yeah, no, so I'm like, I might as well just take the dextromorphin and take some Benadryl at that point.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
If we're going to do an antihistamine, because it's not a high enough dose to even do shit for me.
Fair. Neva, how did that sprint go for you?
I made it to chapter 28. By the way, I hate the way Scrib does chapters, because the chapter it says you're on is actually not the chapter you're on. I'm actually it says I'm on chapter 29, I'm actually on chapter 28.
Oh, when it's only 1 off, that's usually good. Sometimes they're 4 off.
I mean, thank God it's only 1 off, because otherwise I would be no idea what chapter I'm on. So
The Darcy Coates ones are correct. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This one,
That's weird.
I just read was correct as well. Sometimes they're even the chapters are split up into different chapters. They'll being in parentheses doesn't make.
Well, I think it's because they do anything that's an introduction, they call a chapter.
A chapter.
So it's the dedication page, 1 chapter. Trigger warnings, 1 chapter.
Yeah.
Author's note, 1 chapter. And then chapter 1 is chapter 4.
A lot of audiobooks do that, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Audible has gotten to the point where it'll actually, if you look at the table of contents, it'll actually say,
introduction.
Yeah. Scrib does not do that.
I am 73% through, so I have an hour and 10 minutes left at 2 times speed. It's fine. Past me gave this book 5 stars. I don't know if current me is gonna give this 5 stars. Apparently I read this last year. I don't remember.
That's so funny.
Because it's in my story graph as me reading it last year and giving it 5 stars. It feels more like a 4.5 to me, but we'll see what the ending gives, you know?
Because last year you were all vibes, and so like it might have a killer ending, and then you were like 5 stars.
And truly,
Yeah.
if I read this for vibes last year, which 2022 me probably did, for the vibes, it's 5 stars.
Right.
But I'm no longer reading solely for vibes.
Correct.
So it's probably closer to like 4.5. But I feel like that's
Which is still a fantastic book.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
and it's a thriller, so I feel like for a thriller, 4.5 is a good score.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
For sure. Like I feel like 4.5 and 5 is like almost the same thing. It's just like the
Yeah.
only difference is like
Mhm.
if it's a 5 star, I would change nothing about the book.
Right.
So
And
that's
if
why
it's
most of them, like most people would call it a 5 star, but like I drop it down to a 4.5.
Yeah, that's why I
I'm
do
harsh
six,
with my ratings.
but that's why I do 6 stars. Like
Yeah.
this year I've been doing 6 stars because like last year it was hard for me to differentiate what were like truly 5-star books, like perfect books to me, and what
Oh.
were like, yeah, they're 5 stars.
Yeah, see, I think a book can be 5 stars without being perfect. Because almost every book, there's always something that I'm like, I probably would have done this. But like, if it's primarily personal preference stuff,
Oh yeah,
eh,
for sure.
Yeah, and like
But then like that's how I do my end of year list purely on vibes. Like I will literally look at a list of my 5-star books and then be like, this one is the best.
Yeah. Mhm.
these are the ones, like, I literally look at my list and be like, which ones do I want to talk about the most of the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
which
and
ones do I still think about?
and this year I
And
did
then-
this 6 stars, which to me it's like God tier, right? So like terms and conditions for me was a 6 star.
Uh-huh.
Also, Divine Rivals, Infinity Stars, but we don't have that rating, so he gets a 6.
So excited for that
See,
one.
I think the
really
only
wanna
reason
read
I
it.
don't
so good.
I don't do the 6 stars is because I don't want it because they're like if I did that, I would likely only have 5 to 10 for the whole year. So then
Yeah.
if you were really paying attention, you would be like, okay, well that's gonna be on your end of year. And then nobody would like I don't know, it wouldn't be a surprise at the end of the year.
I still
But that-
want. Are you kidding me, Brianna? Most of us have forgotten what books you read last month by the time you're starting the next
Truthfully,
month.
Same. But you
I
know what?
only
There's probably some people, specifically those of you on the red team, because you like to like spiderweb things together, you would figure it out.
and I think that's why I only talk about certain 6 stars, and they're usually only talked about on sprints. Like if
Yeah.
I read a 6-star book on sprints, then I'll talk about it on sprints. But unless you're gonna go through every sprint that I've done in the whole year,
Yeah.
or you have just like you're like red team and
I
you have
have
a
a
great
Neva spreadsheet, didn't you know?
Our fans
mean,
are not
if you
Swifties.
that's
I
fine.
mean, they probably are Swifties, but they are not our version of Swifties.
Right.
So I think we're safe from that.
I mean, listen, Brianna, if you're creepy enough to have a spreadsheet on me, I'm honored, bro.
I don't.
No.
I don't.
I'm sure somebody somewhere has a spreadsheet of what my favorite books are.
Yeah.
I highly doubt people are keeping track. They're just listening to us talk about books, and then when the end of the year comes around, like, oh yeah, Margaret did talk about Little Thieves an awful fucking lot.
Listen,
Wait, but Little
Thieves-
Thieves, did you read that for the first time this year?
Me?
No, I read it for the second and third time. Painted Devils will be my best book of the year. There's
So then,
no one.
Yeah, Painted Devils will make your best, but not.
Listen,
not
Little
one.
Thieves, also a 6-star. Fight me if you want, but go argue with Jesus because I'm not gonna argue with you about it. Thank you. Thank you. I devoured that book. Like I devoured it. Like leave me alone. I'm reading this book. Devoured.
Leave me
I
alone.
saw very few people that did not get that. Like it's so well written. Like I saw a few people that were like, I was like, you have this complaint about every fantasy book. Maybe fantasy just isn't your genre.
Sometimes.
I've never like I don't even know what Little Thieves is about, but I heard everyone talking about it, and like it was talked about like a couple of years ago on BookTube, right? Like it was really popular, and so I was like, it was just like a fantasy book back then. I was like, I don't know,
Hi.
I haven't heard about it in such a long time.
And
Let
now
me tell you what Little Thieves is about.
do I need to read this book?
I've only heard about it because of Margaret, and then I got it from the library, and then I read the dedication, and then I went to Amazon and I bought both books on Kindle. That's what happened.
Margaret's gonna have to change her
Oh.
channel banner. Instead of saying like talks about books and Batman, it's talks about D&D and Little Thieves.
Yes.
I do need to change my YouTube banner. It's so outdated at this point with the color scheme. So Little Thieves. Little Thieves is a fantastic, like almost crossover fantasy. So it's YA, but it's upper YA. And it doesn't like, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but it feels like it could go either way if it were not for some of the themes in it.
Mhm.
Because a lot of it is about discovering yourself and all that. But it's a retelling of the Goose Girl story from the servant's point of view, because in that one it's a princess and a servant. It's from the servant's point of view.
Okay.
And she's a thief. So the best way to describe it is it's like fantasy Batman and Catwoman.
Okay.
So if you're into that dynamic where you have a thief and a detective and there's sparks there.
Okay, that sounds interesting. I
Also,
like,
they're both demisexual. So yes.
mhm.
We don't get a lot of rep.
No, I don't think I've read very much representation for that, which is like something I want to get into reading.
At some point I will do an actual full dedicated review. I just haven't gotten to a point where I can talk about it
Mhm.
and not sound like a reading lunatic.
Right.
It's fine. Margaret can always talk to me about it. I will always listen.
But in that spread, I was looking at Small
agree.
Miracles, and it's on Scribd, so I might.
Yes, you should read that. That's such a fun book.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't. I was like, is it gonna have an audiobook? But it does, so it's available right now, even though my Scribd is.
And to be honest, I didn't hate the chimes, Brianna.
Really?
There were a couple places where that got a little annoying, but because it was as a footnote, it worked.
That's good to know.
Okay.
Because I read it before the audiobook came out. I had just heard from other people that were doing Spiffbo that it was a little bit annoying, but
There was
It, like, if it had like at the end, there were a couple of places where it was happening on a really regular basis, like really, but for the most part, like the footnotes are so well placed that you had like the ding, it'd be like a da 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 da, and then it would go back.
okay,
And
that's
so
good.
it wasn't terrible because it wasn't happening often enough that it got to be obnoxious.
That's good.
Whereas if we had done that for, like, for example, Ruin of Kings, I would have set the book on fire
So true.
and then owed my
Well,
mom.
no, you wouldn't have set the book on fire because you would have needed to physically read it.
Well, I have the physical copy of the
Audiobook
book in
wouldn't
my
have
library too.
Don't destroy library books.
I know. Well, never intend. I would leave them behind in a hurricane, but I would never intentionally destroy them.
It's fair. That's fair. Hello, Tammy. Welcome. Struggling to find a book that I like right now. Everything I picked up hasn't been great. Thought about doing a reread, but none of my 5 stars fit the current prompt. That's a bummer.
What
Not
about
gonna lie, I dropped the prompt last night instead of today solely because I couldn't find a book that I wanted. I literally started 4 books and could not vibe with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, screw it. Everyone else is feeling slumpy. Let's drop some serotonin.
Okay, what if you tried rereading a book that was almost 5 stars to see if it's better on second go? If it
That's
gets a
true.
higher rating.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Mm.
You could do that.
That
I
way
will
you're still
say
reading
that
a book that you really enjoyed.
this prompt was definitely harder than I thought it was going to be, specifically for some people that like read certain genres.
Oh, see, like I'm looking at it and I'm like, I have Along the Saltway Sea. I
Mhm.
have like,
Yeah, I think for fantasy, I feel like it's pretty easy.
yeah. No.
Horror was pretty easy, but also because I read so much Darcy Coates, and like half of her books are The Haunting of Blank.
Yeah.
So, This sounds delicious. Chocolate zucchini cake is done and cooling. Audiobook is audiobooking. Nice. A little tired, so heading off. Good night. Booped the like. Welcome. 1/3 of the way into Cloisters. My eyes have stopped focusing. Time for TV until bed. Have a wonderful
Yeah. I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Been struggling
So
to
I
say,
can do
but I'm good. 150 pages short of where I wanted to be before bed. Maybe, take the rest of the night off and start fresh in the morning. Just put the last of the cross-stitch designs into the magazine. Now onto the embroidery part of the magazine. At this rate, I will be here till midnight. It's only 1:20 p.m. Oh my goodness. That's best of luck to you. Made it to 64% of my Tokyo book. Plan to hopefully finish it tonight. Well, we have Crystal starting in half an hour. I did not time this well because it's now like too close to do another spread.
We did this on Leandra's too. Like it was too close, so she did like 15 minutes, and then we
Okay,
switched.
cool. I was like, we can do like a 20-minute sprint.
That's literally why I was a couple minutes late coming to this one, was because she had like just finished, and then like at exactly the time that you would have started.
Yeah. No, I had it pulled up and I was like, okay, we'll just go when we get there. Jumping into something else, Christina Lauren. Nice. So we'll do one more short one here, and then I'll send the link to Crystal, who is going to be the next person. Yes, I need the spreadsheet. Could you imagine?
I'd be like, wow. Well.
Does that mean you've actually officially made it if someone has made a spreadsheet about you?
Listen, I'm gonna be like, listen, I made it into Jan's vlog last week.
Oh, nice.
Like my face. I mean, she was watching my like reading like Jan for a week vlog. A good 5 seconds because I was like, why did I get tagged in this? And then I was like watching everything, and I was like, oh, she must like say, how people be like watching sprints or something, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm watching so and so's video. No, she like recorded the screen, and I was like, that's me. That's my face.
That's really exciting when someone does that. So yeah, of course.
I love it when someone does that.
And then I took a screenshot and I sent it to Mr. Reed Winiva, and like my best in life, my in life best friend, you know what I'm trying to say. And I was like, look, Mom, I made it. And they were like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, listen,
you don't understand, it's Jan.
Don't question the queen, okay? Thank you. Who is that?
Oh, I just realized it's almost August 31st. Oh boy.
Oh, okay. Is there something that
I have a deadline that is actually August 31st. And I haven't started working on that video.
Time to start reading Tethered Spirits.
Yeah, probably. Unfortunately, it will not work for this prompt.
Or the next one.
Nope.
This prompt wasn't necessarily hard for me so much as finding a book that the length I wanted wasn't happening. I feel like the points have really gone down each leg, even though the time span is the same, just because people are not reading as much. But if we do it next year, the hosts are going to have to remind people, hey, this is a month long. Do not burn out in 10 days.
And I've been telling people on my team, I'm like, you just read, like, if you are burning, like, we don't want you to burn out. So, like, you can take a couple days worth of a break, you can take a day or whatever. Just read short books, bro. Read something that you know.
One long book and fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just don't. And I think people were so at least people on my team.
Well, it's just because there's that competitive nature in the Discord of like, I finished this book, and so then when you go 2 or 3 days without finishing a book, you feel like you're not helping your team, but you are.
And people also hyper-fixate on the sightseeing portion, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. The sightseeing literally wasn't even going to be an option. Like that wasn't even a thing that we were doing until we realized that we were doing books quickly.
Yeah.
And then Brie was like, well, you can sightsee if you don't want to just read a random book, or whatever. But I just tell people, I'm like, just get to the next leg, like the next destination sightseeing it's irrelevant. Like you don't need to
Yeah.
worry about it.
Rest is productive. Yes.
Yep.
Mother-in-law is best. We were going to get together to watch Big Brother, and she asked what kind of birthday cake I wanted. She made it and bought birthday candles. That's so cool. Happy.
Oh, nice.
On birthday.
All right. I'm heading out. I'm gonna go to bed. Because
Alright.
nothing is getting done the rest of this night. I'm just gonna sleep.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, we're gonna do a 15-minute sprint because then that'll give us a bit of time to chit chat at the end before we go over. And I'm gonna put links in the comments and also link all of the hosts in this next sprint because I didn't do that because I'm a terrible host. I'll see you.
Hosting my sprint too.
I'll see everybody in 15 minutes and 13 seconds because this is actually where I hit the button.
She was convinced her mom was out to get her. Then there were other times.
Now boarding flight AMZ 882 to Tokyo.
Welcome back. All right, well, that is it for us. If you have been here for longer than this sprint, refresh your page and everyone is linked in the description now. So you should go check out all of those. Margaret, who was here, is the person that's doing all of these amazing timers, and I cannot thank her enough. So go give her some love. Go give Tina some love. Go give Neva some love. I mean, if you're doing the 24-hour reading sprints, you should know who Neva is. It's kind of like her whole thing.
I mean, if you don't know who I am, hello. I'm Neva. I'm the crazy person that started doing 24-hour sprints once a month.
You
I don't
are
know.
you are also the Chaos Gremlin.
Well, yes, I'm a chaos gremlin. I used to do them by myself, and then in like June, a bunch of my friends said that they would do it with me. So now we do it this way, so that I'm not
Sleep.
I'm not an ugly chaos gremlin by the end anymore.
That's fair. That's fair. Yes. So I was just on TikTok that sprint. I didn't do anything.
I did listen to more of this book, but truly the only reason I'm getting any audiobook listened to is because of this diamond painting.
Fair.
Like this diamond painting, I've never been able to concentrate on an audiobook so well in all my life. This diamond painting just like shuts off my brain, which is weird because I have ADHD and anxiety. My brain is never quiet.
I kind of do that with crochet, so I get that.
Correct.
But I'm not gonna lie, I am gonna take the rest of the night off and go watch gymnastics because I recorded the championships and I want to go watch it.
Okay.
What'd you guys do? Or Tina, what did you do?
I started the Death at Wentworth Court. It's a historical cozy mystery, and I ate a Pop-Tart.
Important.
Pop-Tarts are great.
These are crystal sprints. That's where we're going to be going at the top of the hour. So go head over there. Chapter 6 and 5 stars already. Nice. Oh, Something Wilder. That's a good one. That one was a lot of fun. It's a little crazy if you like it does things that some romances will not do.
Is it like the sequel to the one set in Alaska, right? Is it like
No.
Okay.
I think this
Isn't it on Kindle Unlimited right now?
I have no idea.
Oh, I don't know. I think I
I
have
bought
it.
it last year for a Goodreads video.
I think I have it downloaded to my Kindle.
I'm pretty sure it's on script though.
Great. I don't know. I'm reading.
It's standalone.
Oh, well, maybe not. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe I'm
you're
just-
thinking of The Simple Wild.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, no,
Wait,
this
who
is
is Something Wilder by? I know that title.
Christina Lauren.
That's why I know
Oh,
the
okay.
title. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't read, but we'll start the next sprint. And diamond painting does tend to do that. Zone out when I do diamond painting. So yeah, there you go. That's fun. All right. Well, I'm gonna actually end this a couple minutes early so that Neva can go get a drink or whatever. Ate lunch, think I need a nap. I approve of this.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna head off here, but like I said, go check out Crystal. She's gonna be next. That's all I have for you today. There's sprints again for the next 24 hours, and then I'm pretty sure there's amazing readathon sprints tomorrow night too.
There is just as amazing.
There you go, and then I do them on Sunday. Listen, I told you we were gonna have them every day.
You basically just have sprints all the time in this month. You're welcome.
What are we gonna do in September?
Well, we'll have other readathons, thank God.
It's true. You will not see my face very much.
I'm not
Wednesdays and Saturdays. That's it.
But like, I will not be sprinting in September the amount I've sprinted this month. Even though we are doing the ping pong thing, like, y'all are just gonna have to miss me some nights because, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm just asking myself, like, how did you sprint every day by yourself for 8 hours at a time because I did that at the beginning of my channel. That's how I got all my watch hours.
Right. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining, and we will
Thank you.
see you in the next sprints. Bye.